Hello everyone, I am Mrs.G.LOKESHWARI, Assistant Professor of Computer Science, A.D.M. College for Women, Autonomous Nagapattinam. Now we are going to see the topic about Java server pages. So Java server pages, JSP is a server-side technology. It is used for creating dynamic web applications using Java as a programming language. This is mainly used for implementing presentation layer. That is the part of GUI. It is an application. A complete JSP code is more like a HTML with bits of Java code in it. A JSP page consists of HTML tags and JSP tags. HTML tags is called static content of the generating. The next one, the JSP tags generates dynamic content. The JSP pages are easier to maintain than servlet because we can separate a designing. That's like a presentation logic and a business logic. The designing purpose is called a presentation logic and the development purpose is called a business logic. In JSP pages are opposite of servlet, as a servlet adds HTML code inside of the Java code, while JSP adds Java code inside of the HTML using JSP tags. It is easy to maintain because JSP can be easily managed. We can easily separate our business logic with the presentation logic. In servlet technology, we mix our business logic with the presentation logic. Then second one is fast development. No need to recompile and redeploy. A JSP page is modified. We don't need to recompile and redeploy the project. The servlet code needs to be updated and recompiled if we have to change the look and feel of the application. The next one is less code than servlet. In JSP, we can use many tags such as action tags, implicit objects, custom tags, etc. that reduce the code. To work with JSP, the environment setup for JSP is we need to install Java Software Development Kit, that is SDK. After successful installation, we need to set the path and Java home environment variables. That means the path equal to C:\program files Java JDK 1.8, then we have to save the path. In Java home page, the C:\program files Java JDK 1.8 that's shown in the Java home page. After that, we need to install Tomcat server. Then the anatomy of JSP. JSP is almost like a regular web page with the inclusion of dynamic behavior through the JSP elements. In JSP page consists of HTML tags and JSP tags. Hence, we can say that a JSP page has two components. There are JSP elements and template data. Then JSP element, these elements understood and translate JSP container. These elements are used to generate dynamic content. The next one is the template data. These are the elements that are not understood and translated by JSP container. The template data is used to generate static components. A simple Java program, JSP program, and then open text editor, that is a notepad or editor notepad++. Write a JSP program and save it with .jsp extension in the following location. C:\samp tomcat web apps folder name, then find in .jsp. Or you are using Linux, variable library tomcat web apps and folder name, then file name .jsp. Then execute, then open any browser and give the following as a URL, that is localhost :8080/folder name/file name.jsp. This is the example for JSP. HTML head title is sample JSP. Then close the title tag. Then close the head tag. Then open the body tag. That is the print line. That is %out.print line. Welcome to JSP. Only the statement print. Welcome to JSP only. Then closing body tag and closing HTML tag. These are the output shown in the localhost. Then next, JSP processing. Any web server needs a container to run any web component to provide interface to run web components. The JSP also needs a JSP container to execute the process of the JSP page. In general, the JSP container acts as an interface between JSP page and the server. It receives all JSP requests and generates the responses. First, the file JSP page is converted into servlet code. The JSP file is translated into Java file. Then another one, the servlet code translated into Java class file. The .java file is compiled into .class file. This is the process in JSP processing. In JSP processing, there are two phases. The first one is translation phase. The second one is request processing phase. The first phase, in translation phase, the JSP page converted into servlet code into .java file. In request processing phase, that is the second step, that is the servlet code can be converted into .class file to process the request. In JSP processing, in this diagram, we know that the client and the server, the first file, that is the JSP file, generated into sample.java file, then it converted and executed into sample.class file. The next topic is Java server page elements. In JSP elements are used to add dynamic content to JSP page. In other words, the JSP elements allows us to write Java code in HTML documents. All JSP elements may be written in two forms. The first one is XML form, the another one is the syntax of the form. These are the several types of JSP elements. Those are, that is the directive elements, scripting elements and action elements. The first one is the directive elements. The directive elements in JSP provides the special information to the JSP engine. It gives the information about the JSP page. Each JSP page goes through the two phases. The first one is translation phase. The second one is request processing phase. At the translation phase, the JSP engine translates the JSP page into servlet. The directive elements are handled at the translation time. The directive elements give special instruction to web container at the time of page translation. These are the syntax, that is include the directive attributes equal to value. Then the JSP supports three types of directive elements. The first one is page directive, the second one is include directive, the third one is tag loop directive. The first one, the page directive. The page directive defines attributes or properties that apply to the entire JSP page, such as the size of the allocated buffer, imported packages, defining what type of pages is etc. Then the syntax is the page attribute equal to value. It is the page indicate the page directive. The page directive supports so many attributes. Some of them are import, content type, buffer, session, if, error page. Then include directive. JSP include directive is used to include other files into the current JSP page. These files can be HTML files, other SP files, etc. Advantage of using include directive is that it allows code reusability. The syntax is include file equal to file locations. Those who are want to include the file in the position file equal to file location to be added. Then the next one is tag loop directive. The JSP tag loop directive is used to define tag library and custom tags which we can use in JSP. The syntax is tag lib URI equal to URI, prefix equal to value. These are the example HTML body. Then include directive, include file equal to welcome.html. In this position, you include the file welcome.html. Then another one page directive is also include import java.util.date. So we show the date of today date is printed. Then in this welcome.html, these are the instructions given by the program, that is welcome to JSP only, print in the printer line. This is the output. Then the next one, the scripting elements. The scripting elements provides the ability to insert Java code inside the JSP. In JSP, scripting elements are written inside of the tags. The code inside tags are processed by the JSP engine during translation of the JSP page. Any other text in the JSP page is considered as HTML code or plain text. These are the 5 different types of scripting elements. The first one is command, then the second one is directive, the third one is declaration, the fourth one is expression, the last one is scriptlet. These are the example of the scripting elements. Then first one is command. What is a command? JSP commands are used to provide descriptive information or hide the code from the JSP container. This is the syntax of the scripting element, that is the command. Then the declaration. The declaration are used to define variable or methods. In this declaration, you use the syntax, the declaration of the variable or method, then beginning with the percentage symbol, the end with the percentage symbol. In this example, we declared the variable a equal to 10, the data type is integer. Then the next one, the expression. The code placed within expression tag is written to the output stream of the response. So you need not write out.println to write data. It is mainly used to print the values of a variable or method. This is the syntax. That is the percentage equal to expression is the syntax. For example, it is 2 into 5, that is the answer is 10. Then the scriptlet tag allows you to write the Java code inside of the JSP page. This is the syntax, that is you write in the Java code, then start with percentage symbol and end with percentage symbol. It is the example that out.println welcome to JSP. You see the output is welcome to JSP. That is the example of scriptdemo.jsp. Include all the elements. The first one is the page input java idle.data, then HTML, paste the command, JSP command only, then the declaration of the variable, then expression of the variable, sum is a plus b, so a equal to 10, then b equal to 20, so you see the output is 30. Then the next one is the today date is generated, so use the syntax, date d equal to new data, out.println print the output, the today date is. This is the output of the program. The sum is 30, a equal to 10 plus b equal to 20. So add the value, sum is 30, then today date is generated. Then the next element is action element. JSP provides a bunch of standard action elements or tags that we can use for specific tasks such as working with the Java Bean objects, including other resources, that is forward the request to another resources, etc. That is directive elements versus action elements. The directives are used during translation phase. That is while actions are used during request processing phase. Unlike the directive actions are re-evaluated each time the page is accessed. Then the syntax of action element is JSP action name attribute equal to value. Then the list of standard elements in JSP. Action elements are JSP include. To include a resource at runtime, can be HTML, JSP or any other file to be included. Then the next one is JSP use bean to create a new object of the Java bean. Then the next one is JSP forward to forward the request to another resource of the page. Then the next one is JSP text to write template text into JSP page. Then the next one is JSP element to define the XML elements dynamically. Then the next one is JSP attribute to define the attribute for XML elements. Then the last one is JSP body to define the body for XML elements. Then the first one, JSP include element. The JSP include action tag is used to include the content of another resource. It may be JSP file or HTML file. The tag can be used to include static as well as dynamic pages. The JSP include action tag includes the resource at request at a time, so it is better for dynamic pages. This is the syntax. JSP include pages equal to relative URL. As per your wish, you want to add the file in the page equal to relative URL. Then the action elements, for the example, HTML body H2. This is the start of the home page. We are including the pages. Print date.jsp file is included in the page. This is the end of the home page is printed in H2 tag. Then body tag is closed and HTML tag is closed. These are the outputs is shown in the local host. Then action elements. That is the next action element is forward element. The forward action tag is used to forward the request to another resources. It may be JSP file or HTML file or any other resources. Your forward action terminates the action of the current page and forward the request to another resources, such as static page, another JSP page or Java servlet. It is used to redirecting the request. The syntax is the forward page equal to URL of the another page. Then this is the example, forward page equal to print data.jsp. You shown in the output only, you print the date only. Okay. Then the next concept is Java Bean in JSP pages. Using beans in JSP page, it is a specially constructed for Java class written in Java program. The Java beans are Java classes that have the property which can be read via get method or changed via a set method. A Java bean should not have any public variables. All the variables should be accessed using the get method or set method. Java bean properties. A Java bean property is a named attribute that can be accessed by the object. The attribute can be of any Java data type, including the classes that you define. Then the property are accessed through the two methods in Java beans implementation classes. The first one is get property name and the second one is set property name. In the first one, for example, the property name is first name. Your method name should have get first name of to read the property. Then the set property name, if the property name is first name, your method name would be set first name of to write the property. Accessing Java beans. Following JSP action elements are required to use Java bean in JSP file. These are the accessing action elements: JSP use bean, JSP colon get property, JSP colon set property. How to load Java bean instead of a JSP? We need to use JSP colon use bean. Tag to load bean into JSP. The basic syntax of Java bean, JSP colon use bean, ID equal to object name, class equal to class name. Getting the property of the bean. After the bean gets loaded into the page, the property can be accessed by using the JSP get property. The action element give the syntax. In the JSP colon get property, name equal to object name, property equal to property name. As well as same, the setting the property of the bean to modify or assign the value to any variable of the bean object, the JSP colon set property. The action element is used. The basic syntax is JSP set property, name equal to object name, property equal to name value. That is the any value to be included. For example, the implied Java program is given in the example. Create Java bean, package college, public class employee, then private string name equal to Madhu, then include the department, CAC, then get name function. So get the values only, the name and the department. The return name, then set the name, then the string name, this name, dot name equal to name, then set the as well as the return the department name, then public void set department, string of department, this department equal to department. Then create the folder structure, web apps, web.inf classes file to be included. Then the class file is generated into web.xml files in the library. Then the JSP file include the static resources, that is HTML file or CSS images. The execution of the procedure, how to execute the JSP file. We need to compile implied Java file. After successful completion, we get the package along with the class file. That is like the name is college. We need to copy employee.class file along with the college package into classes folder, which was in web.inf folder. After copying, we need to execute JSP file, that is jbin demo.jsp using Tomcat server. Open any browser, give the following as URL http://localhost:8080, then folder name, then your file name, that is jbin demo.jsp. Using the output in the web page. There is the old employee details is given and the new employee details is given. As well as calculate the calculated program, we calculate the value of the page. Thank you all.